Yo, yo, yo. How's it going, everyone? We good? It's good to be back. I'm just gonna do a few more things and we'll. Hold on. How's it going, everyone? We good? It's good to be back. Hold on. I'm feel. Yeah, I was just dealing with a bit of feedback there. Turn down music a little bit. So, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? A lot of ups and downs, I'd say. Definitely would say. Oof. So let's just let's have a look at my. What? Hang on a minute. Yeah. So forgive me. It has been. It has been. It has been a minute. So I'm gonna. I might bump into some technical difficulties, but nothing we can't handle, right? So yeah, it has been quite a while. Um, at the moment, all right. It's there's something pissing me off a little bit. Hang on. I'm gonna be on for like at least an hour, and then I'll switch to face cam in a minute. Do 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 do. Just put a bit of background music on. Can I hear it? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so I had to update everything whilst I was getting the stream ready because it has. This is like the first time I've streamed in over a year. So please forgive me. I'm a little rusty. Bear with me a little bit, guys, and I'll be back. I'll be sorry for all this. What's up, buddy? Just gotta do one thing. Just give me a minute. ourselves. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, so it has been quite the while, hasn't it? It has been quite the while. So, if I had to sum up, shut down the music for a minute. So, here we are. If I had to sum up my entire year, which was like last year, which was a fucking, let me just get this. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. What can I say? So, if I had to sum up like my entire year last year, it was hell. Hell on earth. Completely. As you know, my last video was the video I did when my dad passed away. Now it's been like over a year since that happened. And I've been keeping myself busy. I've been just trying to truck on and get on with it. Let's make this backdrop a little better, shall we? There we go. Yeah, we go. Something a little bit more background there. So, it's been a while since I have been on here, absolutely. And I'll have to admit, I am quite rusty, I'll admit. So, to give you a summary of, I'm going to be on here for like at least an hour. Just an hour, and I'm going to fuck off. Because I've got a few things I want to say before I log off for like an hour. So, here's the scoop of what's going to happen moving forward. I said on my channel post that the show must go on, right? So that's what I'm doing. I am planning to stream once a week and see if we could take the momentum up from there. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say, really. It's been quite the ride. So now that I'm sober on here, by the way, I'm not drinking anything on here because I don't trust myself to drink on here. I did that last time, and it was after my dad passed away. So, you know, you can let me off there, can't you? But man, I was like making myself like I look back at that and think I was making a bit of a tit of myself looking back at that. But I forgive myself for that because I was grieving. Still am, but the pain of losing that important loved one, my father, has, what would I say, lessened a bit. So, not by much, but it has lessened. So I'll just address the chat here. Man, it's been a hot minute. Definitely has. It definitely has been. And the channel, let's be honest, is not as like up there as it used to be, and I don't mind. I don't mind. I've got something. I've got things going for me anyway. So I'm only coming on here just to let you know. You know, I'll be streaming once a week. And if you're in the Discord, if you want me to tackle like certain, the reason why I'm making a fucking live stream like this is because I've got to warm up to it. You know what I mean? It's been over a year since I've streamed, so I'm quite rusty. That, and I've been dealing with personal problems as well. So there's that. Hang on 1 second. Be back in a minute. It won't take me long. Yeah, sorry about that. No more of that, I swear. No more. So, I have not been on. The last time I was on camera was my dad. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about like what's going on with me dad and stuff like that. This is only to come on to talk about, you know, what we're gonna do moving forward, and that's that really. If you'd have me, that is, you know. Um, and honestly, I'll be honest. Um, this channel has definitely fallen off on the wayside, and that's fine. It's bound to happen because I have not uploaded in over a year. But you know, at the end of the day, once you put your like tragedy out there, people, you know, send their condolences and they move on, and that's it is what it is. It it is what it is. So you know, but what I would say though, what I would say is during that time, I was I was very, and I know it's the most cliched YouTube thing to say, but I was, you know, I was in a very dark place. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I was. It's like the most cliche YouTuber thing to say when they get called out for something, but you know, they sort of put a taint on that way of saying that. They've sort of put a taint on that, haven't they? When they say I was in a dark place because I got caught for doing something naughty or something no. But with me, I genuinely was, as I don't need to repeat myself. I've made a video about it. I even made a live stream memorial about my uh, late dad. So, yeah, I was not in a good place after that live stream. It's like after the funeral is all said and done, you know, people get on with their life, and that's understandable. That's fair. But like with me, I struggled when that happened. I was on the verge of wanting to end it all, if I'm being honest. That's why I haven't been live streaming for over a year, because I was a total mess. I even gained a bit of weight, which, you know, it's bound to happen. Like, you know, and death is not an easy thing to deal with. It just isn't. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And, you know, my channel is not it was not my priority, you know what I mean? I really couldn't really give a fuck about the channel at the time because I was already going through a lot. But I've managed to pull myself out of it basically. And I don't know, the live streaming could be done for something fun, and maybe if it goes anywhere, who knows? But right now it's as you can see, I feel a little awkward in the camera. This is like my first time, like in a year. Just let me check if the volume's up. My first time in a year, just talking, just yapping, just jipping and japping the lips, I suppose. So basically, moving forward, I'll say it once more. Depending on this stream, I'll stream once a week. But you have to send me like topics, and if you're part of the Discord, And that's another thing. For those who are in the Discord, we've had some laughs, didn't we? We had some fucking laughs. We definitely had some laughs in the Discord. 100%. And I enjoyed myself. You guys got me through such a tough time, and I have to say, thanks for that, because going through something like grief it's not easy. It is, or it's an awful thing to go through on your own. So I mentioned in the Discord that I was going to get therapy, and I did. I got therapy. I have him every 2 weeks now. And he's all right. He's an all right fella. He's a nice fella. Usually these streams are supposed to be like entertaining and stuff like that, or like, they're supposed to be, something to make you laugh and stuff, but I was not in the funniest of moods when I was going up. What was going on in here? It's always you versus you. That's the thing with life. It's just you versus you. And it was definitely me versus me, because when the thing about grief is, grief really opens your eyes to a lot of people's true colors. And one of the true colors, and one of their colors they show, is once after the funeral is done, when the funeral's said and done, they get on with their life. They forget about you. They just like, oh, let him get on with it, them type of family members. So grief has really opened my eyes to my family's, not my extended family's true nature. They say like blood's thicker than water, isn't it? Blood's thicker than wine. So sorry, blood's thicker than water. So the fact that I thought my extended family, was supposed to be, look, they didn't have to like be there every day, like a text just like once a week or 2 times a week, but they never did that. It was like, we had my dad's funeral on February of last year. Round about March, they all stopped contacting me, and the only people that kept in touch with me were friends, mates, the Discord boys in the chat, and this. So it's been a big eye-opener. A lot of heartbreak, a lot of like people saying things they don't mean because they're at the peak of their grief. And what's up, James Nerd? How you doing, man? Good to see you. He's one of, by the way, James Nerd is one of the Discord boys in the Graham Discord server. We've had tons of laughs, haven't we, James? Haven't we? So he does a really good impersonation of Donald Trump and Chocolate Grease Shake 911, aka the Mountain Dew molester Boogie 2988. Since when was it mean to say that about black people? Since when? So, yeah, basically, yeah, it's... Oh, you just woke up. Well, good morning to you. So, what I would say is that grief may be painful, but there's no greater lesson or teacher than pain. And I decided to, is the mic too much? Hang on a minute. So, after my dad passed away, I decided to cut off certain family members because I feel like they've shown their true colors. Like, oh, okay. So that's what up, man? Oh, okay. What up, D Dog? How you doing? So I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay. So that's how y'all feel about me. That's how you lot think of me, is it? You pair of fucking clown. That's what I think about like extended family. Well, not just think, but like, so that's how you are when I'm at my lowest. After March of last year, not fucking once did I get a text from either of my extended family members. I'm not gonna say what their roles are in the family just in case it comes back on me. But if you're watching this, you know who you are. You can go fuck yourself. You could go fuck yourself. And I mean that from the depths of my fucking soul, lad. I really do. That's the thing about grief. It may be and it also makes you realize as well just how lonely the whole thing is with grief. How lonely and painful it is. I was and and the drinking I did last year. I'm sober at the moment, but man, oh, when I stopped streaming for a year, I had to stop streaming for a year. I did not trust myself to go on live all the time and show my dirty laundry. I did that at the peak of my grief. And then when that happened, I realized I was looking back at that. It's like, yeah, I don't like crying on camera. But, you know, I didn't care at the time because it was like emotions were all high. And I was doing stupid fucking shit like going in random Discord servers because I felt, and I feel ashamed to say this, but I felt lonely at the time. I'm comfortable with myself now, but at the time, because I lost my dad, as the reality starts sinking in, I was doing stupid fucking I was doing stupid fucking shit, mate. Like going into random Discord servers, and then I end up having some fucking spurg rub me the wrong way or say something wrong to me, and I just snapped. I've learnt my lesson there. Not doing that again. And not doing that again, lad. Not doing that again. So all I did throughout the whole year was just grieve and kept myself as busy as possible. And the reason why I also did the live stream as well, this live stream right now, is because it gets me back into the game. You know what I mean? So I'm a little rusty right now, as you could tell. I mean, I'm stepping over my words a little bit. Going blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, and the channel dipped a little bit because I haven't been active on here for a year, and going forward, the channel's going to be live streams. I'm not. I'm retired from making the videos I used to make. Now, there are videos I do plan on making, but it's not like the videos I used to make back then. It's videos that I feel passionate about that adapt with what would go well for me, if that makes sense. It's like when I did my videos and I, you know, did the grade A under A thing, sort of inspiration. I look back at that and think, yeah, I'm proud of the videos, but like, it's that type of shit that isn't really going anywhere, really, you know. So, it's like life. You have to adapt to the situation, and my new reality is my dad's not here anymore, so that means there's a lot of like weight of responsibility that I have to carry on these fucking shoulders. You know, people I've got to look after. You know, I've work I've been finding and stuff like that. Because YouTube ain't paying the bills. Let's face it, it isn't. And it did pay at first, but not really. But on the bright side, I've got work lined up, so I'm getting that bag, baby. I'm getting that bag. So that's at least one good thing under my belt. Because let's face it, money makes life easier. The problem is when everyone who the problem is when you get the tax man taking all your fucking dough. So once you make your money once you make all that hard-earned cash, they come along and take a percentage, and the rest goes on bills and utilities and all the other stuff you need. So it's almost as if like they don't want you to have a nice chunk for a rainy day, It's mad. So going forward, I don't know. I'll mention it in the Discord. But basically, I'll mention this in the Discord. If you have any ideas or topics you want me to talk about on the live streams, put them in the Discord. I'll even make that very clear. If you haven't joined the Discord server, it's literally in the description, the bio description, whatever you want to call it, of this channel. So, please do us the due diligence and just take a look. That'd be great, because the Discord server is fun. You're missing out. You're missing out. So, yeah, happy days. So what else did I say? Oh yeah, once a week. I'm going to be streaming once a week, but I need a variety of topics to talk about. So get your asses on the Discord and just suggest whatever you want me to talk about. It could be anything anything really, anything. But you know what's crazy though? Let's change the topic for a bit. It has been officially been fucking hell 10 long years since this channel was made. 10 years. Can you believe that? 1 minute I'm making a video talking crap about McJuggernuggets, and now here we are 10 years later. And boy, has it been quite the journey. I've seen people come and go on this platform and fall off and blew up, and me, I'm just fortunate to have lasted as long as I did. I'm not mega big, but hey, I've lasted this long. So yeah, pretty much yeah. So what else is there to talk about? There's something to talk about, yeah. Rotting in bed. Because the thing is with grief is that it's been... I mean, I don't really want to talk about grief too much because I spoke enough about it, like, in the stream a year ago. And, but now I've got more of a clear mind 1 year later about the new reality, but unfortunately being uh, postponed upon me, so to speak. You, it gives you a lot of time to think, you know? Gives you a lot of time to think. And one of the things I had to think about was, like I said before, extended family, not once sending me a text, like every month or so or whatever, just checking how we're doing. I mentioned that. How the the hurtful things that family also call you, like you forgive, but you don't forget. Really, you don't. And yeah, I've grown to hate the use of AI too, especially in music, man. Especially in music. It's useful for little things like descriptions and stuff and speeding up work, but I absolutely hate the idea of it being like the main centerpiece of something creative. I can't stand that. Like, I hate the fact that I've got to second guess whether a song is AI or not, where a couple years ago, it's like, oh, who's this artist? Fucking great tune, impressive. I like this. Now you got to check if whether it's a robot or not. And whenever I'd scroll through the likes of, let's say, Dumb Cow Live by Dome Star and Chocolate Grease Shake 911 and his stupid fat splashy crash outs. They would always do this segment where every time they get a member or a subscription, they play the most fucking shittest AI songs I've ever heard. They are all shit because they're AI. They're all shit because they're AI, and that's a fact. They're not, and I have to turn the volume down because it's like, yeah, I know what this is. So up, down you go. So it's like the problem with that fucking podcast, and here's another thing we could talk about in the next stream if you want me to talk about it, is the growing use of the Discord mods on there. I recognize fucking none of them. I only recognize a handful of people, a very few handful of people on that. Is it even a podcast anymore? Is it even a podcast? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's too many people on it and too many channels. Dwarf Star has gone out of his fucking mind and just made all kinds of channels where it's 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. And you can't entertain people 24/7. That's like me getting on here every fucking day streaming without breaks. You know, like I said, I want to stream once a week. Then if things pick up, twice a week. But for now, it's once a week because I got to warm up. You know, you don't run before you warm up. Does that make sense? So, plus I want to get me I'm doing all these little things in life to try and get my confidence up again. Because another thing with grief is that it is such a beat down on your self-esteem and confidence. When you lose someone important to you, that it does that. It's like your confidence, but at the same time, you're in so much pain that you're like, I don't give a shit anymore. But it does also affect your confidence and self-esteem. That was another thing, and that took almost just about a whole year to slowly gain back. And streaming is part of that as well because it's my way of moving forward and gaining my self-esteem back, so to speak. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. The Stinkcast, no, the Lolcow Stinkcast has got all these channels that are absolutely horrible because they're like running 24/7, and that's like me saying that's like me streaming every day. Now there are people who do stream every day, but with me, I feel like if I streamed too much, you lot would get bored of me. You know what I mean? Same jokes, same this, same that, and that's what it is. You get bored. You would get bored of me. So there's too many channels, too many nobodies on there. I have no clue who they are, and he's fucking up a simple concept. Just take a couple of well-known lolcows, Wings of KFC, aka Redemption, Constipation, Boogie 2988, and Keem. But here's the problem with a lot of like the lolcows online. iDubbbz has become especially a big lolcow, and back in the day, he commented on my channel. It's still there to this day. And the person that commented on that channel is not the same person at all anymore. He's just not. That person's gone. That same person that commented on the channel, he's a completely different person. He's become a husk. And that's a topic for another time. I don't want to talk about his relationship with that evil woman, because that's what she is. She's evil. She's the Antichrist, saying all kinds of shit like, I heard you do shit yourself a lot on camera to like 2,000 people. That just says it all. I'm not going to talk about that because it's like, why? You know what I mean? It's why would I bother? So people I don't. So there's tons of lolcows online, tons. But the biggest thing about lolcows is that they have what you call an ego. None of them like to be called lolcows. No one likes to be called a lolcow. So one I don't know much about this guy, but I saw this tweet from a guy named Low Tier God. And he's like infamous for being like, I don't know much about him, but basically he's a lolcow. And unlike the other lolcows, he's the one he's the only lolcow I've seen in shape. Every one of them are overweight or fat. Right? And that's a big trait with lolcows. They're overweight and fat. And that's not I'm not being a little mean here. But I'm saying it as like I'm just seeing what I see. They're all fat and stupid. So he told, and I'd do the same too. If someone said to me from that universe, why don't you come on Lolcow Live and be a host? I'd be like, 50 grand. Because if you want me to sit with that lard ass crashing out, giving me a headache and an aneurysm, you pay me good. Make it worth my while, because I don't want to be on a fucking podcast with that jelly-rolled donkey jumping up and down, screaming like an idiot. These ears, I need them. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see that. The man's like fucking 50 years old, and he's doing all that. Like, grow up, man. So, if you want me on that podcast, if they ever like said, "Hey, you're this or whatever," compliments, buttering me up, stroking me ego, and they say to me like, come on a local podcast, I'd be like, 50 grand. You're not making me suffer through that fucking lard asses crash outs. No way. No way. and him talking shit like he's the man, even like he's the shit. Like, that's another thing about Boogie. He thinks he's the shit when the man's pushed his luck so much. He's pushed his luck once he got a bit of a break after lying about cancer. His salvation was Keemstar, so he sold his soul to Keemstar. And then he's pushing his luck thinking that he's the shit. You can't make this shit up. So anyway, as I was saying, Low Tier God, another infamous lolcow, said the same thing, 50 grand. And honestly, people gave him a bit of shit for it, but honestly, I don't blame him. Because why would I want to sit on a podcast with Boogie298? The man is like, he's insufferable. Do I really want to be on a podcast where he's getting a wedgie from someone who's young enough to be his daughter? No. Fuck that. Absolutely not. So, there's that. Let me just check something real quick. Okay. So, I'll be on here for another half an hour, and then I'll fuck off. So yeah, I don't want to be on a fucking podcast like that unless I was getting paid handsomely. That's it. That's reasonable, isn't it? That's fucking reasonable. Like, this isn't bad for my first stream back, I'll be honest. This ain't bad. This ain't bad. Not bad. Not bad-yo. So, basically, I would not want to be... I finally think March will be when I finally finish a movie I've been working on for 3 years. Oh, good for you, man. Sounds great. Send it in the Discord. I'm gonna have a look at it when you finish with it. Is it it's a Lego movie, isn't it? Lego. So yeah, you'd have to fucking like you would have to put a gun to me head to go on that fucking podcast, mate. You would. Listen, you get on that fucking podcast with that barnyard animal, or else, or what? Or you will never eat a salad. I will force you to have his fucking diet. Mountain Dew, fucking basically man versus food, and food's gonna win every fucking time. It's gonna be like this, and then you're gonna be massive and fat, and then I'll be like, no, okay, I'll do it, and then I'm just sitting here miserable, like, and then you got all the other spurgs on the podcast, like, Boogie, no, don't do it. Like, I hate that bit on the podcast. I hate watching it, I'll admit it, I do. But what else is there on fucking YouTube? YouTube's fucking crap. And the podcast I'm talking about is even crappier now. So, I'm like, I'd be like, I'd be like that, right? Just bored out of my mind. While all these other spurgs are saying, Boogie, no. Don't do it, Boogie. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's like the part I hate. The part I hate about that podcast is when all the other people on there are like telling him off not to do something, but he does it anyway. He's doing it for attention, and that's what he's doing. He's like smashing stuff with his axe, and he's smashing like. If there's one thing I can't stand, is how bad it is when people waste. When they destroy something that is like thousands and thousands of thousands of pounds, dollars, whatever currency you prefer, but and they just like, you know, it's like 15 grand worth of stuff that he smashed, and everyone's telling him off not to, like telling him off like a pet, telling him off like don't do that, don't do it, and he does it anyway. It's like, it's your stuff, retard. Smash all the way, smash all the way, and you're only fucking doing it because people, no one's falling for your bullshit, and you're getting frustrated with the fact that no one's buying your crap. That's what it is. So, I don't know, man. What else can I tell you? That's like me getting up right now and just, well, you get the point. You get the point. You all get the point. So enough about that podcast for now. Enough about that podcast for now. Let's talk about um let's talk about something else. What can we talk about? What can we talk about? Oh, how has Boogie not lost all his hair? Don't know. I have no idea. Will What I want to know more is how come it's like, all right, one more thing about him and I'll move on. He's a known liar, right? The only thing he can't lie about is being skinny. Yeah, nice try, buddy. You're not getting away with that. You're not getting away with that, buddy. Buddy boy. Okay. So, yeah, I think let's talk about something else other than fucking those fucking two idiots, because that's all I have to say for now. Um, I'm gonna be honest. If they're like the next stream, if they're like the next stream, then I identify as skinny. Yeah. If they're like the next stream, I'm just like, oh fucking hell, here we fucking go, and I will put a fucking dono thing somewhere around here. I didn't want to do it here because it's like it feels weird just to say, hey, I'm back, give me money. No, no, no. If I'm doing like a stream where I have to talk about that podcast, there's gonna be like a dono thing here saying, buy me a coffee or something, because if I'm gonna fucking torture myself with, bozos like that, then might as well get something out of it. And a laugh, of course. Should never do something you're good at for free. Laughing at lol cows. So, yeah, so I think I've pretty much said everything I wanted to say. I don't know why I went into that stupid rant about Boogie, but hey, whatever. Um, I think I'll change the subject a bit. Has my life improved a bit now? Slightly. 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 Um, not by a lot, but slightly. Slightly. you just put one foot in front of the other. Oh, I will say this. I will say this though. It has been difficult. It hasn't been easy, but it has been manageable. So, I'm glad that there's people still in the chat, still like interacting. Not by much, but it's a start. And if I keep doing this like once a week, then more people will come in and stuff like that. To be fair, I'll be honest. To be fair, it has been a week. No, sorry, a whole year. Excuse the grammar. I had a brain fart there. Not from the tongue. Oh yeah, there is another thing we could talk about. The whole Charlie Kirk thing that James brought up. Man, that was brutal. Ooh, right there. Got shot right there. That was brutal. That was brutal. Now, in my opinion, I don't really agree with. I don't really listen to the guy. He seemed like a guy that just seems like the guy that just tells you what to do all the time and what you should do with your life. And I'm not about that. I'm like, it's none of your business. You know what I mean? Like, what really annoys me is that like you go on these like YouTube shorts, and it's filled with like people who are getting engagements, like short, especially on Instagram, that are filled with people like telling you what to do. Like, oh, if you this, you got to do this, you got to do that, maxing this and that. It's just like, oh, fucking hell, leave me alone, man. If I had time to like fucking watch all that stuff, I'd have time to like do other stuff that's better than that. I didn't I didn't really care for Kirk, but no one should go out like that. No, I agree. I agree. I agree. The man had every right to his opinion. He was a man that should be allowed to express his opinions without that kind of outcome. Because what they're doing is that they're using him as an example, basically saying this is what happens if you talk too much, or if you you know if you talk too much and say something we don't like, uh, an extreme lefty spastic will come along and shoot you. So much for being tolerant. Do you know what I mean? So much for that. What you can't what you can't say what, you can't say what you can't say a fact without your life being threatened. What a joke, man. Fear and violence. That's what it's. They always have used stuff like that to put people in their place. It's a thing as old as time. But I don't give a shit. I'll say what I need. I'll say what I want to say. If I want to say something, I want to say. I'll say it. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. So yeah, yeah. That was a fucking mess last year. New stuff on the Epstein files was released. Um, like what? Um, I haven't been keeping up with that sort of thing. Wasn't like, yeah, in 2019, Jeffrey Epstein wasn't he? Didn't he kill himself allegedly? Some people claim he was murdered. Some people claim he killed himself. I'm just gonna fence city it and think and say, well, I don't know what happened. I wasn't even there. But um, ever since that happened, a lot of people speculated that it didn't happen. He did not off himself. He was murdered, allegedly. I'm just going off based on what's out there in politics. Don't shoot the sheriff, man. Don't shoot the sheriff, lad. That's another thing I've got to talk about too, is politics. Like when, like especially about the UK or like Trump or the left or the woke. When I was going through my grief last year, there was no fucking way I wanted to hear about the world and its negative bullshit, because the world right now, back then, and even 2 years ago, and going forward, is always going to still continue to be a negative place because of politics. And politics is a fucking cancer. It's like when I lock in into something, blurt out all that bullshit from my mind, life all of a sudden seems a lot better. My dad used to watch politics a lot, and I didn't think it was doing him any good. You know, he lost a family friend before he passed away, and he was dealing with COPD, and watching all that crap on YouTube. You know, watching politics all the time does not do you any good. It's like it mentally fucking fucks with you. It really does. It's like you're in a good mood and then you hear some story that pisses you off, because you know, I swear these people in power are deliberately trying to piss people off. Deliberately. You know, I heard that, I don't really want to get into all this stuff, but the new mayor of New York says it all. It's like they're trying to deliberately annoy people. And we're just trying to get on with our lives. Like, you know, fuck off and leave us alone. Do you know what I mean? You know, then there was the whole Online Safety Act thing. Personally, for me, I don't care if pornography's blocked. I can live without it. But it's the hypocrisy of it all. Like, you know, 1 minute they're saying, you know, oh, we're blocking all these naughty, filthy sites for your safety. But look at the streets in England, especially in London. You can't walk anywhere at night in London without looking over your shoulder like 50, 100 times. 50, 100, 200 times. So that's why I don't bother listening to the news, because it's like, it's such like a negative, like, fucking thing. There's nothing positive. I've not heard one positive thing about the news. And a stream is going on about like all these conflicts going on. It's like, I don't want to know. I've got my own fucking issues to deal with. You know, isn't there enough pain in the world as it is? You know, well, and I guarantee you, like, anyone can relate to this. But while like your world, sorry, while there's all kinds of crap going on in the world right now, there's all kinds of crap also going on in your world, here, your world. So why would I want to invite all that in? It's a mental health fuck up. It is. Now, when people turn around and say, "Oh, I just want to be informed," since how much do you need to be informed by? You know, I've heard enough. I know what's going on. I just don't want any more updates about it, because it's so like negative. And I, for one, already put up with it. You know, every time like I'm in a good mood. Oh, and this is another thing too. Anyone, I mean, I've been trying to cut back on my drinking. I'm sober at the moment. I'm sober right now. I haven't been drinking today. Not today or yesterday. I've been making a conscious effort to be more moderate. But like, one of the shitty things I had to deal with last year was every time I made the attempt to quit, there was always something else to wind me the fuck up back on it again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a shit attitude. Like, oh, I need a drink because la la la. It is a shit it's a bit of a shit attitude, but it sort of gives you a break from all that pressure and all the nonsense that you just want to break from. And I know a lot of people say, oh, it's only there the next day. Yeah, it is it's there the next day. You don't think I know that? People drink to have a break from it because they know it's going to be there the next day. And I just did it to get through it. That's all I did. I would never get hooked up on some things like the real like heavy stuff. Nah, never. I never touched the stuff. Anyone drinking through grief, I get it, I understand. But like Lady Leather Pop, good evening, Graham, how have you been? So and so, good to see you in the chat. Well, thank you for joining. So, what I was talking about is what was I talking about? I got derailed a little bit. Maybe I should like schedule my streams more later in the evening, because it seems like my views are picking up a bit now. I'll do that next time. Oh, fucking hell, I am rusty, aren't I? I am rusty. So what was I talking about before? I forgot, chat. I forgot. Oh yeah, the negativity of politics and how it affects your brain. Basically, remember me from the streams regarding what you've been through. Hope you're being okay. I've been so and so. Yeah, I've just. You know what? I've been doing well. I've been climbing out. The thing is, if I was, let me put it like this. Chat. Let me put it like this. Okay. Say I died. I went up, and we don't know what happens to us when we die. We really don't. I don't care what religion, or especially religion, says about death. Nobody fucking knows what happens when we die. I mean, I've been told stuff like, your dad's watching over you. And what helped me a lot was what he would have wanted. Because remember, a big factor in this chat is that he was very active in the chat. And I knew that's what he would have wanted me to continue doing. So anyway, as I was saying, if I was sent up to righteous judgments at the pearly gates, so to speak, and I was told for whatever reason, you're going to go to hell, I'd be like, fine, send me down there. I don't give a fuck. What difference does it make if you send me down there anyway? I've already been through hell. If you sent me down to biblical hell, it would be no different than the hell I've already been through. So, do your worst. And the reason why I would say that is because you never know what decision life makes for you. That's the moral of the story. So, it's like, it's like you can't really scare me with death. Because I've been through it. In fact, it wasn't just my dad. I lost my granddad in the summer. I've lost my dog in November of last year. So I've gone through a lot. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I should I should stream a little early. I think instead of 6 it'll be 7, because now I'm starting to see the chat pick up a bit more. So I'll definitely start streaming a little bit more later hours. I just thought the 6 might have been a good starter. I was a little nervous doing it at first. Now, by the way, doing the stream, but I've gotten a bit more comfortable now. And by the way, you can disagree with me. That's fine. You might not like what I'm saying. That's fine. I'm just speaking from experience and speaking from the pain I've had to go through. Remember, you know, all these fucking people getting offended by silly words and jokes, calling someone like me, for example, because I've got this skin color, I'm privileged. If anyone has the right to be more offended by that remark, it should be me. You know what I mean? What are you offended by? A bunch of words that's a bunch of nasty, edgy words some fucking bozos online some say online. Some sausage says a word you don't like, and then all of a sudden, oh, that's my day ruined. You're a muppet. Get off the net. And speaking of politics, I only get a little political when it comes to challenging the toxicity of anti-vote mindset. Speaking of hell, I'm not scared. Been through a lot too. Losing my uncle, losing my mum, so I emphasize with that. Yeah, well, anti. The I do. I get a little political when it comes to challenging the toxicity of the anti-woke mindset. Speaking of which, I'm a fan of Hell of a Boss, so I'm not scared of it. Again, I don't know what happens when we die, so that's my belief. It might be agnostic or whatever, but you know, it is what it is, really. That's just my attitude. It's just when you go through soul crushing loss, you recover, but it changes you. You know, it changes you like I missed the old me. I missed having a joint with my dad. I miss having a drink with him. I miss having a laugh with him. I miss talking about my streams with him because he used to watch. So when you have someone so important taken from you, it fucking changes you. Oh, it does. And then my granddad passed and my dog passed. We literally had to. I don't really want to go into that. It's just dark, dark stuff. But we had to bury the dog. And carrying the dog was not something I enjoyed. Carrying him to his grave, I mean. It wasn't nice burying a pet. And seeing my mum all upset, it wasn't an easy day. My granddad was on my mum's side of the family, so her dad. So she's been through a lot, and all I've been doing is just trying to look after my mum the best way I can. And my brother, to an extent, although he's a grown-ass man himself, we all got to look out for each other, man. That's all we got. And just taking each day at a time. That's the best advice I've gotten from friends as well. Just take each day at a time. And that's been a very big help. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. So, my brother dug the grave deep as it could, so other rodents and fucking creatures could dig, or badgers could dig, or whatever could dig like the grave and get at the dog. He was buried well. He was buried with respect and dignity. Of course, he was 100%. There was no. He was the family dog. You know what I mean? Of course, he was buried with dignity and respect. But but he went downhill when my dad passed. Like, oh, it's not easy seeing the loved ones. I hope your mum's doing okay. I wish mine was around. I never wanted to gain further independence from her this year, if you know what I mean. Those badgers better think before they dig. Now, we put like stones around it to make sure that nothing, no foxes, no badgers, no anything could dig up the dog. So he's buried. He's in a safe place. Uh, and then all the what if my dad was here questions, like if my dad was here, seeing how far I've come since last year when I made that video. When I made that video, this way, I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. But if my dad can see how far I've come since last year, I think he'd be proud. I do have, I have, I have a, I don't really want to say it right now because it's just starting to do well, and I don't want to jinx it. So I'm gonna keep that shut for now about what I've got in mind. But let's just say before it, last year, I was on the verge of suicide. I'm not now. Like, my method, this was like around the summer because it was all getting too much, you know? My method would be hanging myself. And what stopped me was I got a call from a friend, and we had a laugh, and I wasn't like on a stool ready to end it all. I was seriously pushed to the point of doing it, and then I got that call, and it grounded me back into reality. It stopped me from doing something stupid. So yeah, I've been. Grief is you versus you. It's and you know it got to a point where I was calling Good Samaritans drunk a little too much, and they blocked my number, not because I was abusive or anything like that. It's probably because they couldn't handle like the intensity of my emotions down that call. Because Good Samaritans is like a line that helps people through. This was before I got therapy. It's one of my uncle's mates. I never really considered therapy because I just all thought they were a bunch of fucking toughs, just listening to your fucking problems, like they're just there to get paid to hear you bitch and not be like a proper support. You know what I mean? I even had someone said to me once on here, and no joke, that I gave better advice than their therapist. I don't know who it was that said this, but it was someone on here. It was a stream I did 2 years ago, and I was streaming Crash Bandicoot. That someone said that I gave better advice than their therapist. And I'm like, that's insane. So I look back at that comment now, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't want to do therapy because I don't want to be talking to a snob and paying that snob, wasting each other's time if she has that oh yeah, whatever, I have that don't give a shit attitude. That I've got someone else anyway. I've got to hear that. Well, you're a qualified therapist. You're supposed to hear me fucking bitch and moan. That's what you're there for. Thankfully, I didn't have a therapist like that, but I had that when I was going through it. But then my uncle recommended his mate, who's a qualified therapist who specialised in grief, and it helped that he was from the same neck of the woods as I am, Liverpool, my hometown. So that really did help. So I thought, well, since he's a mate of my uncle, and he's from, and we're more or less from the same 100-acre woods, so to speak. Okay, I'll give it a try. And he's not, and he hasn't been bad. He's a nice fella. He's obviously, just because he's me uncle's mate doesn't fucking mean he can reveal or gossip to my uncle what we talk about. He's still under, like, obviously as a qualified therapist, he's still underneath um the legal side of things, that he is not allowed to reveal our sessions to anyone. So the rules still apply. Just but so there's no exceptions just because he's me uncle's mate. So I was calling Good Samaritans a lot, and I'll be honest, there were times that I was calling them completely bladdered because it was just I was self-medicating. It was a way to numb the pain, you know? And you hear it all the time in like music and stuff like that, people doing things to do to numb the pain, and that's what I did. So that was one of my coping mechanisms. Going for walks and all that stuff. It's just like it, people. That's another thing about grief. People tell you to like. They don't know how to handle your pain, so they'll tell you stupid fucking shit that rubs you the wrong way. And I saw like this. What was it? The concept of moving on. It's like you move forward. Of course you do. I've moved forward. But I'm always still going to have me dad in my heart. You know what I mean? He lives on through me. And I'm never going to forget him. No fucking way. Why would I want to? I had him in my life for 30 years. He was like my pillar. And now I'm in that new reality where he's not here. And there's things that I've achieved that I wish I could tell him about after his death. So when you talk any Copernicans that help Graham, writing articles about Deadpool featuring, I don't write articles about Deadpool, but I have got like coping mechanisms. There have been coping mechanisms in streaming. Hell, here's a coping mechanism right there. The reason why I didn't stream last year is because I was not in the mentally. I did after his funeral, but after his funeral, I stopped streaming because I didn't want to be in the public limelight with all the shit that was going on in here. Yeah. Losing a parent is rough. Losing a parent is rough. It really is. And you hear it all the time. They say that like grief is the grief is like the price you pay for love. You know? Grief is the price you pay for love. to think how to think that I've been streaming for like 4 years. I started streaming 4 years now. And was it 4 years? I think so. Was it? I think so. I don't know. But like yeah, it's been rough. It's been really rough. So, I think I've pretty much made everything I've said clear once a week. And I'll probably stream like more every Saturday, a more later hour, like 7 o'clock instead of 6, because I noticed that my viewers are starting to spike up a lot more. I hate the 2020s with a passion. It's an awful time, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Me personally, yeah. Losing your dad in 2024 sucked. No, not fucking sucked. It was devastating. So, yeah. Then first thing you get in the 2020s, you had this fucking virus. 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 And then it's like they're all of a sudden like in the 2020s just going full like crazy. Everything just went fucking crazy. Like things that have been like a staple for years Like, there's so many stupid shit that is like considered controversial, you know, and it's I don't oh don't want to go into it. It's a headache. I'm sick of it. I really am. I am really, really, really sick of it. So, yeah. I mean, I made jokes about like the 2020s and stuff like that. And about the COVID shit that happened back in the day and all that stuff. But ever since COVID, it's like the world changed completely. It's like it's gone fucking bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. 2020s is a really long South Park episode. Fucking right it is, yeah. So, just give me a minute. So imagine like you got like let me just here we go. So imagine like you got like 2020s. You've got the likes of um Boogie to 988 jumping up and down. Oh, like a spaz. Just doing like I'm in so much pain, help me, help me, help me. You know, all that stuff. I'm like, well, stop eating all those sausages then. Know what I mean? And that is a big example of what you know what, all this shit, like, I'm just trying to cheer the fucking chat up because all this shit is like trying to like angle me like jump. You got to get political now because we're talking about the 2020s. I was like, and I'm just like, why? Oh, let me just say this: it's a headache. It's a fucking headache. The 2020s has been nothing but a headache, and we're like 6 years in. 6 years in. What do we have? I wouldn't say that word if I were you, Graham, but yeah, it's been terrible. What word? Yeah, so we're like 6 years in. 6 years in. And, well, more like 5.5 years. I wouldn't consider ranting about. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah. All I said is it's a pain in the ass, and I'll just keep it like that. Anyway, moving on. I remember Boogie going to a weight loss journey. He lost so much weight and somehow was still morbidly obese. Well, with him, McDonald's has been like McDonald's has been like a the kings of like the fast food chain until now. They're about to be put out of fucking business. Boogie Chocolate Shake 911 is on the scene, and he's about to. You got like you got like the word spaz. The word spaz because it's offensive to disabled people in the UK. I mean, there's a lot of things that are more offensive than words. Life being one of them. Or a big one. So anyway, back to the story of Boogie. The McRibs are their new lineup, right? And he's there. You know, like the saloons in the cowboy western films where he's like, and he goes into near the nearest bar, and he's like, order me your best drink, and all the other cowboys in the area are like, you know, in the saloon are like looking at this stranger, like this Clint Eastwood kind of guy. Boogie goes into a Mackey's, does the same things as you would do in a western, opens the doors, two hands, like that, like a complete fucking melt. Then he walks up to like the counter, and you know, the worker says, "What will you have?" If you're not ordering on the big tablets over there to get your number. And he's like, bring me every big fucking McRib you've got. And every fatso in Mackey's is like, that is it. You're not taking the whole lot. And he's like, yes, I am. And the gnome calls him like, Boogie, put down the McRibs. You're not putting Mackey's out of business. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Boogie, put down the McRibs. Stop it. Put them down. Okay? But Boogie just refuses. And then he gets into a showdown because someone recognizes, hey, hang on. I recognize you. You're the blubbery bastard that fucking lied about cancer. Step outside. Problem is they didn't because, well, they did, but they had to catch their breath. Then they had their showdown. Whoever could eat the most McRibs puts the Mackeys out of business, and he's like the definitive scoffhead champion. Boogie wins by a mile because he does the extra thing. He eats the fucking table as well. Where the fuck is this going? So, and the gnome on Discord's like, go! And he's like, no, because he's trying to get him to lose weight. And he's like, when Boogie finishes the McRibs, he's like, on to the next one. And every Mackey's in the state was getting destroyed. Because, never mind the fucking McRibs. The whole menu. The whole fucking menu. The whole bastard menu is a victim to his gluttony. So, that's why Keemstar gets him to do all these stupid fucking things. So, there you go. I like McDonald's food, but I know the importance of saving money on groceries. Yeah, I suppose. But this is the outcome of what would happen if Boogie got his way with crypto. And for a while now, fucking I'm sick of talking about that lad ass. He's like, I'm so sick of talking about this absolute dumbass. He does these crypto things, right? Which was retarded. It was retarded because it backfired and everyone fell for it. Like, the idea of crypto is that the coin should have the same. The coin itself should have some value. Obviously, every currency should have value. But then you look at the person who made it. So, Boogie made this crypto, and it already has no value because he fucking made it. Yeah? Because who the fuck wants to have... Because the currency is only as valuable as the person who kind of made it. Let's be honest, it is. Because why would I want a currency like his when Bitcoin and Ethereum are far more valuable than the McDonald's overlord's devious plan to make a currency? I'm not aware of the controversy, unfortunately. I may not like the way you say the R word. You have the right to say what you think, Graham. Thank you. But that's what I think. So, but because it is, it's just like no matter how nasty the word is, it's the truth. It really is because it was a dumb situation, and why would I want to invest in a coin when I know the person who made it is a dumbass? And when you think of it like that, that gives the currency no value. Why would I do that when I could, let's say I've got like 500 quid. Now this isn't investing in crypto. This is putting your money into a crypto wallet in case you want to buy something with crypto. I don't really invest in crypto. I take my money and put it into the wallet. Those are two separate things. So if I was going to take my money and put it in the crypto wallet, it'd be either Bitcoin or Ethereum, two of the most valuable. And you are also responsible for your own crypto because you know it's encrypted and you're your own bank. So you're your own bank. So that's one of the perks of crypto. It's like digital cash. And that's another thing in the 2020s. I've got to talk about this one. What the sneaky shit they're trying to do to cash. The sneaky fucking shit they're trying to do to cash. Fuck off. You are not taking cash. I don't want everything going fucking digital. If everything becomes too digital, then there's more centralized fucking control. Do you know what I mean? So, physical media is important. Without a doubt. Physical media is so important. You gotta have that. Gotta preserve that. Because if everything is not gold, as in like in distribution slang, it physically, then what's to say that, let's say there's a game you like, right? And this has happened before. There's a game you like, but it's only digital, but you can never play it again because it's digital. It's not physical. So physical media is extremely important to preserve, especially cash. Especially cash. Like I'd want the government to monitor what I fucking spend my money on. So, anyway, yeah. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah. So, you got like, I don't know. I'm just explaining the importance of it. So, yeah, cryptocurrency. So, basically, when you're dealing with crypto, there's a way it's there's too many scams. There's so many This is why like so many influencers, like you got the likes of Andrew Tate and all them, starting crypto coins because they're seeing their brand and think, okay, I've got a brand going. Therefore, what if I use my brand to invest in my own cryptocurrency? And that's why people say it's a scam, because the person that made the cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency that was made by that person is shit because of the person, and that gives that cryptocurrency a crap value. Why the hell would I ever want to get a currency from someone who's known about lying about cancer? Okay? He even and God knows what else he's lied about. The only thing he can't lie about is being skinny. And he can't identify it as that neither. That doesn't count. Burgers, mac and cheese can't save you now from your lies. So, yeah, too many. So yeah, fuck all these influencers like just trying to like push their fucking cryptocurrency. Like, hey guys, look at this new crypto coin I made. Like you're going to be more valuable than Ethereum or Bitcoin. You're never going to surpass Bitcoin or Ethereum. They will always have value because those are the two highest like cryptocurrencies on the whole of all cryptocurrency. They're the top dogs. Bitcoin, like they're the top dogs. If you ever go onto a site that requests cryptocurrency to buy something, they always either request Bitcoin or Ethereum. Period. Now, yes, I ain't really like a big investor. I don't invest in things. I think, markets go up, markets go down, but that's the same with Bitcoin. Value goes up, value goes down, but let's be honest, crypto's value is always going to go up every fucking time. Every fucking time. And this isn't me promoting how great Bitcoin is. This is just me basically saying it's a hell of a lot more valuable than all these other made-up coins. I mean, the reason why Dogecoin, believe it or not, ended up becoming a popular cryptocurrency is because someone made it with the intention of it being a meme. And because it became a meme, its value spiked real high. It just went woof, up there. So even the power of memes can make a currency valuable, which is crazy to me. But yeah, I'm not interested in like the fucking cryptocurrency from a sausage who destroys the entire Mountain Dew reservoir and destroys their fucking supplies. Sir, we have a problem. What is it? Our supply of Mountain Dew. It's gone. What do you mean it's gone? Some lard ass took it. How? He ran. How? He just did. I'm confused here. Wouldn't he be too big to fucking steal it and we would have caught him by now by at least, I don't know, less than a mile? Like a couple of yards or something. He's breathless. It's like, well, he's gone. Has he got a car? Yeah. Where's the car? He abandoned it. So he's on foot? Yeah. Okay, let's go get him. And they try to find him. He's not there. How? And then that's when they find out he shook the bottles. Right? He did a clever trick. So Boogie was on Locale Live and he said, Keem, get me out of this. And Keem's like, yeah, all right. So he's like, all right, we're going to get you out of this, all right? So basically, how he got out of it was simple. He drank a load of Mountain Dew, as much as he could, until he was like that, yeah? And then, like a balloon, farting out, you know when you like let go of a balloon and it goes like that? Boogie did the same thing with the Mountain Dew. He took off like a rocket, and that's how he got away with the Mountain Dew, and went with more to spare. And he's like, oh, where's the Mountain Dew gone? I couldn't enjoy it. And he's like, fuck off. You've got plenty to spare, haven't you? Look at the bag you've got. There's mad stories made up about them. I swear, Keemstar has not got over, like, it hasn't been the same since he broke up with his ex-boyfriend, Alex. Alex. So he settles for Boogie just to spite Alex is doing this shit. Anyway, enough of these two. What else is new on, like, the whole YouTube sphere? What else is, like, new on them? Let me think. I know. Oh, I know. How's about this? Yeah. Oh yeah, how's about this? Okay. EDP. I don't know, but I'm sticking to live stream hosted by who? Pusha Stoller. Don't know who that is. Live streams. Who else? I know there's like more people on the top of my head that I haven't spoken about yet. But surely, it's just nagging me about there's someone else I'm forgetting about. Like, oh no, I'm not bringing him up. No. Oh, is he? Cool. Oh, is he? Cool. I'm not bringing him up. No way. No fucking way. Not him. No. You're just going to get me on a rant about this person because his whole fucking life is a stupid contradiction. And I don't want to talk about him. He's a headache. He subscribes to like the worst ideas. He subscribes to the worst ideas that neuter mankind. Let's put it that way. It's like every time he's one. Don't tell. No, he's one of those people that you. No, man, is one of those people there. You have the facts, and he shits on them, and makes it overcomplicate and turns it into an overcomplicated mess. Solution, shite, mess. Like that. No, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. Just someone else. I just don't want to. Speaking of Donald Trump, I have not watched him in like ages. I built the greatest wall. We're gonna make America great again. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. See if I can make myself any more orange. Just bear with me. Gonna be huge. Gonna be huge. There we go. There you go. Nice tinted orange for you. It's gonna be huge. Huge. He does start with the hands up. Oh, yeah, this. Oh, that's shite. Fun. He is funny. You may be sick of him, but he is fucking funny. Dumpy Trump. Yeah, it's hard to believe. You know what's crazy? Trump has been in power for over a year now. That's insane to me, man. Over a year he's been in fucking power. Like, that's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. It really is. It's fucking... It's been 10 years, no wall. Where's that wall? Build that wall! And he's like, I got the greatest wall of all time. Nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I'm like, then get building then. Build that wall. Do it. Do it. Build the wall. And he's like, it's still the greatest wall you ever seen. Still the greatest wall you ever seen. I tell you. Let me tell me. You better believe me when I say it's the greatest wall you ever seen. Still though, it's like pick your poison, isn't it? Kamala or dump. Pick one. Yeah, man. It's been quite a successful stream, actually. It started off slow at first. But it's picked up a bit. It's picked up a bit well. Really, really well. So, yeah, I just want to remind the chat, join the Discord, because you're missing out. It's a good Discord. And remember, hey, Gray, it's Retro. Oh, nice to see you, Retro. How's it going? It's been a while. So, going forward, right, if you got any suggestions that you want me to stream, Discord. Simple as that. Discord. Or I'll pull my own weight too. Hello. I'll pull my own weight too. I will also contribute some ideas too. Yeah, I'll do that too. And we'll have a good old time. I swear we will. But this is like what I just said earlier. This is like a warm-up stream, so to speak. It's a warm-up stream just to get back into the... Still just sorting crap out. Other than that, I'm smoking me pipe. It's got weed in it. It's got weed in it. Sounds like a good pipe. But that sounds so weird saying it like that. Sounds like a good pipe. That's what she said. I bet. Nah. Yeah. Yeah, you, me, pal. Okay. Oh, yeah. I get it. Didn't get it at first. Sometimes when it comes to the chat, sometimes I'm a little slow reading it. Like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, and then it clicks like that. On the lighter note, you know me. I see, yeah. Got you. On a lighter note, there's a new autistic Barbie doll, and I praise it daily. Okay. I thought, yeah, sometimes what happens is that when you comment, it does not appear in the chat. When you comment on the chat, it doesn't always appear on the screen. But it does anyway. It does. Not all the time, but it does. It does. Anyway, I think I'll be on here for about an hour more, and I'm gonna fuck off. First wheelchair, Barbie the movie. Now this. Is this Barbie in a wheelchair? I'm not. I don't. I'm confused. Why are we talking about Barbie? Do I look like the guy that plays with fucking dolls? So yeah, that's it really. I mean, that was something I did not expect to talk about. Barbie. Because it's the autistic Barbie doll shows the importance of autism, acceptance, and representation. Okay? I never expected to talk about Barbie though. What did I miss? We're talking about Barbie. We're talking about the babbies. Yeah. Barbie. I did not bring that up. It just happened. It's just like it's just like going with the flow with the chat. Barbie and autism. But I'm not really not really asked about that really. Come on, Barbie, let's go part. Alright, enough of Barbie now. I don't care, autistic or not, enough of Barbie. No more Barbie. No more Barbie. Barbie. I'm a bloke. I don't play with Barbie dolls, alright? In a Barbie world. In a Barbie world. It's fantastic. What else is there to talk, chat about? What you want about? The only thing on my mind is Lolcow Live, just because it's like I could every time I try to stop talking about them, another joke in my head comes up about them. But I'm really trying to change the topic to something fucking new, even if it's a Lolcow thing. It could be worse. The chat could be infested with bronies. Bronies. Oh. Brony. What was that again? That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Brony. Brony. What was that again? I don't remember. It sounds familiar. I've heard it before. But I know it's somewhere on the lines of fairies. I know that much. But I haven't heard that word in ages. And I'm like, where did I hear that from again? That sounds so familiar. It's something to do with horses, isn't it? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah. Adult My Little... yeah. It's coming back to me now. Yeah. I heard one song when someone was singing like My Little Pony, and he said to me, you know, you heard the theme song. I know he was like fucking... I know he was like playing me. Like he was like fucking with me. Like, look, I'm a master of the art of fucking with people. You're not going to get past me. But he tried to fuck with me like this. And he said, you heard the song My Little Pony? I said, yeah, how does it go? And he says, My little pony, skinny and bony, you'll always be in my ass. That's what he said. That's how it goes, you know. And I said, yeah, I'm sure the fucking little prepubescent girls that watching it would like that. And he said, they will. It's like this guy. I think it was like at a party or something. I'm quite a fan of My Little Pony. I hope that Gen 6 can make up. Again, you're barking up the wrong tree there. I'm not. Why are we talking about all these girl shit, all this girl shit? First Barbie, My Little Pony. I'm not. That's not my thing. I'm not into that. My Little Pony, skinny and bony, Vorsh brought her to the circus and fucked her on purpose. Oh yeah, him. He's that Brett Wokey soy boy beard guy, isn't he? And he likes horses. He likes to fuck horses. Well, I'm not shocked there. Most people that preach that type of politics are degenerates anyway. Because they probably think class is like far right or something, so they stink, you know, when it's not. It's just a common decent thing to have. Like, that's what most normal people do. I'm sorry, Graham. It's kind of how I blog. Oh, you write blogs. Cool. No worries about it. Don't worry about it. I'd rather be wokey than far right bigot. Well, to be honest with you, I'd rather not get called far right for having normal opinions when I'm not. Do you know what I mean? It gets fucking annoying. Like, for example, it's like, imagine getting called a fascist for stupid fucking reasons. And it's like, hang on a minute. My granddad's battered the shit out of them in World War II. How does that make me a Nazi? Do you know what I mean? It's just silly shit like that. It's like, get that away from me. It's like, this person is a lunatic. Ooh, psycho. So, get that away. Get that nonsense away from me. Just let me go about me day. I know you're not far right, Graham. No, it's not. It's just like, my point is, it's like, I'm not far right in the fucking slightest. I'm just sick and tired of, like, because you have a unique opinion, you're going to be labeled that anyway. It's like, well, I'm right. You're wrong. So, there you go. The McJuggernuggets video is still my favorite fucking video on this website, mate. Always makes me feel better. I'm glad I could help. Welcome to the chat, Kurt Jappy. Yeah, it's hard to believe that fucking video is like 10 years old. Already 10 years fucking old. I remember when I did like a video, and one of the videos I did was FouseyTube. I might put it on a website, so I can't upload it to YouTube because it'll probably get taken down. In fact, I had to not delete, but unlist a lot of my videos online on YouTube because, oh my fucking God. 4 months after my dad passed away, right? 4 months after my dad passed away. My Jake Paul video, where it's a very short video, it was like a short, like, cartoon skit. Shoots KSI. KSI is supposed to be this chicken. Shoots him and the FBI open. I forgot what the context of that video was about. YouTube took it down 4 months after my dad passed away. And that's because it had a gun. For fuck's sake, this site is soft. It's wasn't even a real gun. It was a PNG image. And a little blobby cartoon of Jake Paul being a whatever. It's like, so I had to, so there's a lot of videos I had to unlist, because if I didn't, YouTube would take it down and puts the channel at risk. So it is my decision. But at the same time, it's pushed me into a corner. Did you not make the Keemstar Shrek Gnome thing as well? Yes. Yes, I did. That video was something. I did that too, and to this day, it's got over 1 million views. And that's coming up to 10 years, which is hard to believe. Crazy. I remember on Twitter, like, about it's Keemstar said morning, and I said morning gnome, and he blocked me. Keemstar was notorious for blocking people that, you know, hurt his fifis, so to speak. And that same video I made 10 years ago with Keemstar and Shrek was also the same video where he was going through his breakup with Alex. And there you go. A lot more, considering other channels have used it. Yeah, exactly. It's like at the end of the day, it's like, here's a video I made years ago. So it was when FouseyTube was like in his 2016 peak. Me and a mate, he wore a Spider-Man mask because he had, you know, a life, he had a job, and he didn't want people seeing him doing all that stuff at work. So we agreed that I'd be behind the camera and he'd wear a mask. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll go like that. So the deal is, he wears the Spidey mask and I just film. And the whole idea of, and I paid him. I paid him about like a fucking overpriced bastard. I paid him like 40, 50 quid for that one video. So he got paid 50 quid to put on a Spidey mask and follow a script towards the video. So the video was Spider-Man burns FouseyTube. I've still got it on my drive, but if I could find another site to upload it on, I'll upload the videos on there as like an art. I don't care if they get views or not, just to archive them because they're bangers. But I'm not uploading them here because it risks the channel. That's the catch. So anyway, FouseyTube made a video about Spider-Man pranks kids or whatever. I don't remember the video, but I spun it into like a McJuggernuggets parody where Spider-Man was the dad and he's bitter and angry that the kid's mum left him. They're both biological parents, by the way. No wonder, and he said in his own words, oh, no wonder your fucking mum left me. Kidnapping him was doing you a favour and all that, right? So anyway, I'm going around the block. I'm going around the blocks and the flats here. Basically, I played like a FouseyTube fan, and me dad had FouseyTube in like a fucking bin, and he threatened to burn him because he was sick of his son watching FouseyTube. So he decides to kidnap FouseyTube and fucking burn him. That was the video. It was like a doll, like stuffed with clothes we didn't need anymore and stuff like that. So we decided to get rid of old clothes we don't need, stuffed them in like a jacket and a top and all that, and put FouseyTube's fucking face on it. And after the video was filmed, and we had to get it all in one fucking take. One take. We had a fire extinguisher ready. We were prepared, but he told me, like, you know, because I was wearing the fucking Spider-Man mask, and it's like, what? And I was throwing like fuel on FouseyTube. Yeah, I couldn't see what I was doing because I had to fucking see through the Spidey mask for the eyes. And I fucking got nearly burnt by the fucking when I put the fuel on him, and I got on a match, he nearly fucking burnt me face off. And I said, really? He said, yeah. So I look back at that footage, like, fucking hell, that fire was like, whoosh. And I believe that was a great video. That was a great take. Oh my god. Some of the, you know what? There were some videos back in 2016 I really did enjoy making, but it's nice to look back on the past. But I prefer to move forward, you know. But yeah, I'm glad that some people to this day are still like watching the videos. Not from just like 2016, from like 2020, 2019, 2021. Like my plethora, if that's a word. Or I'm fucking up the wording on this one. My years of work. I'll just keep it simple. I do appreciate that people are still watching all that to this day. It's nice. I was cyberbullied by channels bashing and impersonating me on YouTube. Is that so? Well, I've had that. Don't let Gray play with napalm. Does anyone actually remember that video? Does anyone remember that video? Seriously, does anyone remember that video? I found a dead body, bro. Yeah. That one. Oh, that video. Yeah. If you know the Logan Paul suicide, sorry, Magic Forest video that I did, and I had to unlist that one because I was worried that one would get taken down. So when I made that video, that got like 50,000 views in like 24 hours, and I've got like and I just like, it's like I almost pissed. It's like I kicked a beehive when I made that video of the Logan Paul Tards coming at me saying like, this is worse than the actual video, worse than the fact that your hero went up to a corpse and filmed it for views. I took the piss out of him for it. We're not the same. And him looking at the body like, I think we just found did we just find a dead body in a suicide forest? I just burst out laughing there. It's just like, so you go to a place called Suicide Forest, and then you say, did we just find a dead person in the suicide forest? You absolute dolt. The guy was like the Guinness Book of Records of taking the title of the word imbecile. He was a complete imbecile that day. 100%. The Magic Forest, we had someone named Rogan Balls, and he went around and fucking decided, hey, I feel like filming a body today. Fuck you. So I'm going to go and film a dead body. And he did. And then he got fucking shit for it. The end. And now, the next dead body he filmed was his fucking brother when he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua. And I'm like, when's this guy going to learn his fucking lesson to stop filming dead bodies already? It's 2020. Sorry, at the time, 2025, and he's still going around filming dead bodies, including his brother. Because his brother was just like on the fucking verge of like not making it. That punch was lethal. It was like that. There's no fucking chin after that. There is no fucking jaw or chin after that fucking left hook. He got him good. He got him good. And besides, I know he's made his money. Yeah, good for him. He's made his money. He made his fucking money doing the boxing and all that stuff, and that's great. Yeah, great. Good for you. Good for fucking you. But guess what? Everyone wanted to see him get fucking flattened on his ass for years. I remember watching the Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul, and it was one of the last fights I watched with me dad. It was 2024, around fall 2024, as you know. That fight was shite. Fucking awful, lad. Fucking awful. Awful. Crap. And he does that tongue thing in his fights, like a signal to tell like his opponent, hang on, hold back, hold back, hold back, before you batter me. So, what can I say? I mean, good for him. He's made his money. I'm not jealous. I mean, get the bag, get the bag. But you know, I'm gonna bitch and moan about the fact he ruined boxing. You know what I mean? 1000%. I miss when boxing was a sport. Oh, tell me about it. Now you got look, boxing and YouTube are two different worlds. And when you got like these two imbeciles getting in the ring and just making a mockery of the sport, eventually they were gonna get what's coming to them. And Jake, he pushed his luck because he took on fights he knew he could win. He got cocky and he got arrogant and he got so over bloated in his own ego. He thought, okay, let's take on Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua, I don't know if he was supposed to follow a script or whatever, but Anthony Joshua was like, fuck you, bang, whack. That was a mean hook, though. I was watching it like, now I like me boxing. I'm a boxing fan. I like my boxing. I don't really watch it all the time, but when I do, it's something to watch other than like YouTube or videos and stuff. It's like something different every now and then. And my dad used to be a fan, so yeah, I sort of, you know, they say like father like son, really. So yeah. Um, bottom. Hold on a second, I got something. Let me just check. Phone. Nothing yet. All right, cool. It's an internet coliseum for locals to entertain the plebs. Yep. Bang on the money. Bang on. Bang on the money. Now, if I were to say do a local live stream, that's another thing. That now I remember what I was going to say. Why are they all fat? Why are they all fat and stupid? Why? I'm not just talking about YouTubers. I'm talking about like the Discord mods on there. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Remember, hey, Jake Paul is a fucking low cow. Get him on there. I remember It's Everyday Bro being the worst song ever made. It still is. It still is. It's fucking awful. But guess what? That was the strategy behind it. Say what you want about Jake Paul and Logan Paul. But you gotta, especially Jake, but you've gotta give it to them. They are excellent marketers. They are brilliant marketers. They really are. They know how to get eyes on something. Everyday Bro, we all know, is a awful fucking shite song. But those lyrics were written specifically to be memed. Like England is my city, for example. So he knew exactly what he was doing. The song was made in a day. The lyrics are terrible. Passing all the competition, man. PewDiePie is next. And the chorus, Everyday Bro. Like, it is such a dead giveaway that song is baiting. It's a shit song, but it's clear that it's baiting for eyes. and it worked. It's like they almost wanted people to talk shit about the song. They course, like, no, there's no fucking way, they're gonna be like, oh, this is my Magnus Opus. This is the Dog's Bollocks. This is fucking fire. No, it isn't. It's piss water, and it's lucky enough to be compared to that. It's fucking, turds with ears would fucking shriek at the idea of Everyday Bro. Ugh. So it got attention because people were talking shit about it, and they knew they would, and they knew the song would get absolutely dunked on, and they wanted that because more eyes, and it worked. The Paul brothers have been pretty bad role models almost a decade ago. Yeah, pretty much. That doesn't mean to say they're not insufferable. They're fucking insufferable. His brother it just is a different kind of insufferable, though. His brother, he's like, don't know, he's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, what can I say? It's like, you fucking, like, aren't they in their 30s now? One of them is. Just goes to show time flies by. Instead of EDP, what's your stance on Too Mad when he was alive? Oh, him. That's a good... I've heard of him. That's a good topic. What did he do? Didn't he try to, like, advance himself on a girl or something, and it went wrong? Like, advance as in aggressively sexually. I think I've heard something like that. He died on I heard that he died doing Ket, playing Overwatch. And I saw a comment like what is it? I saw a comment like, funny how it comes full circle. He started playing Overwatch and he died playing Overwatch. I was like, are you fucking serious? No. So I saw this comment because I didn't know much about him. I'm like, so you mean to fucking tell me he started off playing Overwatch, getting his start on YouTube, then he dies playing Overwatch, live streaming? Like, that's the thing. It's just like, with me, I don't understand people who do drugs. Yeah, the only drugs I've ever done was weed. That's it. I've only smoked weed, and that's as far as I've gotten with the stuff, and it's good stuff, but I haven't smoked weed in over a year because when I was grieving, it was fucking with my head. So I decided to quit for the time being. So until my head is in a better place, because when you're smoking weed, you want your head to be in a more clear place. You don't want to smoke it when you're grieving. You're letting a lot of dark It's like when I had a spliff after my dad passed away, it was like opening Pandora's box. And when the brain is supposed to protect you by keeping itself numb, I better go and help my dad with my groceries now. Goodbye and good night, Graham. I hope I have been supportive enough to you. You've been supportive enough. Yeah, just you being here is enough. Take care. Take care, lady. Have a good one. So anyway, as I was saying, smoking weed fucks with your brain when you're grieving. It's like, again, opening the gates of hell, but it's all dark thoughts coming all at once, because your brain is like supposed to numb itself naturally to protect your brain from the overwhelming emotions of losing a loved one. And then when you smoke weed, it's like taking the numbness away from your brain, and then it really starts to feel the reality of the situation. And because weed makes you think too much, it makes you think too much. That's why when people are fucking stoned off their fucking kite, they're like, or like, what, 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 like that. So I haven't smoked the stuff in like a year, and what I'm getting at is that him doing ket. I mean, there must have been something that went terribly fucking wrong for him to consider that as an option. Yeah, it's getting a bit cold in here. I'm gonna go and get me dressing down on. Be back in a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I had to get this on. It was getting a bit cold. Reaching that hour, you know. So I'll be on for about half an hour, and I'm gonna get off. So I hope I made. It's been a lot. The stream has been a lot longer than I thought it'd be. A lot longer. But yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. A lot. It's gone on a lot longer than I thought it would. So, yeah, about Too Mad. Yeah, the way he went was tragic. It really was. It's like I remember that story. Funny enough, the first time I've known about Too Mad was when I was on holiday at Crete, which is one of the Greek islands. Um, I saw a video of him talking called "We Have It's Time to Stop Keemstar," and this was like during when Edeka killed himself by jumping off a bridge. He's like that Nintendo streamer, if you remember him. I never really watched him, but he was quite big at the time. The story of him killing himself was everywhere. Jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, which was tragic. And Too Mad made that video about Keemstar. I'm not going to really go into the whole specifics of the video, but basically he was angry at Keemstar for how he handled the Edeka situation. And how he handled it was he was in a mental hospital. He came out that mental hospital. And then after he got out the Aussie, he decided to host him on Drama Alert, where Edeka was saying all kinds of crazy manic shit on Drama Alert, and this was like being broadcasted to like 1,000,002 people. I mean, to me, that's just that on Keemstar's part was. I'm not saying he was responsible for what happened to Edeka, but it was very irresponsible with how he handled that situation. I mean, the guy is at his lowest. He's got some mental issues going on, and the last thing he needs is to be in the spotlight. You know, being treated like just just like a viewing prop. Like, look at the crazy guy, sort of thing. It's like, nah, man. That he was. I don't know his story, but he must have had must have had a lot going on to, you know, do that. So anyway, Too Mad made a video about it, and he expressed his grievances with how Keemstar handled the situation. And I think he made a really, really good video on Keemstar simply because it was funny. But it got serious when he talked about Etika. Keemstar is making money the same way reality shows on TLC were. Remember the cancer that was Honey Boo Boo and the toddlers? Yeah, I've heard of something like that. The fatties. Yeah, I remember them, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, it was a crappy show, mate. It was crap. It was like, you know, YouTube right now is the same as what would make good telly. You know what I mean? So, for example, there's a program, Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay, right? And he had a guy on there that was like nearly 50, and he was like fucking nuts. He stuck his head in the fridge to cool down, and he's like, and one of his like most memorable quotes from Hell's Kitchen was like, "I'm the mongoose, and I'm like surrounded by all these snakes," and he's supposed to have more experience than a lot of them, and his name was Raj, and he was doing like all kinds of karate kicks, getting drunk on the fucking show, and believe it or not, he was fucking hilarious, and it made for good TV. So whatever makes for good TV, people will view. But in Keemstar's case, he was just being irresponsible with the mindset of this person who was completely manic. And honestly, I do not. There is a lot of shit that Keem has done that I'm like, how the fuck have you gotten away with all that? I'm not like Jesse Pinkman, like, he can't keep getting away with this. He can't keep getting away with it. You know, because he's going to get away with it anyway, isn't he? But I still question that, like, some of the stuff he got away with, wow, it's quite impressive. He got away with calling Alex the dreaded gamer word. He got away with saying some of the most foul shit to people on like his trolling days. He got away with the Etika thing, and he somehow like kind of like explains it away. He's very good at, like, I heard one time on his response video when everyone was giving him all that clap back. Stop getting away with it. It's not that hard. Duh. I know, yeah. But like he the thing is, what makes me laugh about the gnome is that you get, if he is in real hot shit, like he's in like real deep shit, big time, like big time, right? He says the shittest things, the dumbest of things in that corner. And some of them are so dumb, I remember them to this day. So when he made like the Keemstar exposed video response thing, which was like a 50-minute long video, quote unquote, debunking all the claims about him. At the time, Leafy, Grade, Pyro, all them, but the 2016 commentators back then, he was addressing all the points they've made and stuff like that. And one of the points that really stuck out to me the most is when he addressed the infamous Alex clip. Hang on. I'm going to do... just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I got something. Fuck this. Hang on. Fuck this. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up and not starting my fucking show. Hold up. So, where'd that fucking come from? I don't know. But I did it, so there you go. So what was I talking about before I delved into that nonsense? Oh yeah, he did that clip as I gracefully displayed before, right? And he said, you know, I'll never say the N. I'm sorry for the N word. I can't take it back and all that stuff. But the thing that stood out to me the most is when he said people that were making remixes and jokes of him making a complete fool of himself. What? When does it? He said, when does it get to the point where those same people that are making remixes and jokes about the video are indeed racist themselves? So basically, he's calling the people that have been passing on the Alex N-word, his most infamous rant video to date, right? He's saying that the people that were basically making remixes and jokes, taking the piss out of him, are spreading racism. And this is the type of shit he would say when he's backed into a corner. And I'm like, you are unbelievable. You're the one in the clip. If you didn't say that fucking... If you weren't doing that stupid shit, they wouldn't be making remixes and jokes about it in the first place. They're doing it because you're the fucking muppet. And people... And you're the type of character that magnets all the types of people like me to want to take the piss out of you because because of shit like that. So that was one of the response videos, one of his responses to that video years ago. We're going back years ago, and it just stuck with me to this day. It's like, so you mean to tell me that the people that were making jokes and remixes of you screaming at Alex are spreading racism? So you're admitting that it's racist. I don't take that word seriously anymore because the word racist just annoys the fuck out of me in today's climate. But you're basically admitting what you did is wrong, but you're still calling the people making piss take videos of you racist for spreading around. Fucking hell. It's like the stuff he used to say when he was backed into a corner was so fucking stupid. And then when that response video, I'm not going to go through every response he said, but to wrap it all up in a nice tiny bow, he then made the infamous "Why Am I Still Getting Hate" video, where he proceeds, because no one was taking any of his nonsense. No one was like, people were watching the video like, this is a shit video. You're just trying to weasel your way out of it, and it's clear as day that you're trying to convince people to like you again. And that's why he made like the infamous "Why Am I Still Getting Hate" video, because no one was buying it and it was funny. That's why you saw him crash out going, "Why am I still getting hate?" So that was one of the things about him, and that's what Too Mad made the video about. So Too Mad basically made a video deconstructing Keemstar after the Etika thing. So moving on to how his downfall was sad. It was really, really sad. Like, he came across as like a very intelligent young man. He was only 19 when he made the video, and then I heard he died at like 23, which is fucking young to go to die from doing fucking ket, you know. So, that's life, innit? So there you go. All right. What time is it now? Yeah, I'm going to, so whatever else you got to say in the chat, I'll do it quick because I'm going to be getting off in 10 minutes. It was lovely having an evening with you, talking and stuff like that. Because I haven't done this in over a year. I have not done this in over a year, and it's been It's wild to do it again, considering what I've gone through last year. You know, that life changing thing that happened last year. But he was a nonce. Who? Too Mad? I didn't know that. Was he a nonce? Wait a minute. I didn't know that. What was he a nonce? I didn't know that actually. I didn't know. I don't fucking know if he's a nonce then fuck him then. Seriously, I don't fuck with that. I do not fuck with I don't fuck with those people, man. I don't. I'm just glad to see you stream again. Thanks. Thank you very much. Now, in the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to talk about this. So, if you were in the Discord, James would know. But any of you lot were in the Discord, over the last year, I've been doing VC calls, which is basically we get in general chat and we have a chat for a bit, and we would talk about like whatever we fancy talking about. And we have like sometimes one people. We have how many do we get? Sometimes 4 people in the general chat, 6, 2, 1. It depends really. Which and we have a laugh, and that was one of the many things that got me through losing my dad. Was the general chat, the Graham Slapfog server basically got me. Was one of the things that got me through it. Now, ever since I've stopped streaming, there have been things in my life I can look forward to. You know, there's things I can look forward to, and that's getting me out of bed. Let's just put it that way, because when I was about last year around April or September, I was in bed, a fucking couch potato, basically. You know, dealing with depression and horrible, horrible, dark shit like that. And it's been a fucking like nightmare, mate. Absolute nightmare. So yeah, so I'm just glad that I could start streaming again, and going forward we'll make the best of this. Well, I mean, this is my first stream back, so obviously I need to warm up and stuff like that. And I'm glad that people have come along and have joined the stream, because I didn't think anyone would. The Discord chat was crack of fun. Hell yeah. Yeah. Trust me, it is. It is. Like one of my biggest regrets earlier on YouTube, when I was at my peak, was not make a Discord server sooner. I didn't know anything about Discord at the time. The only thing I knew about Discord was sending DMs and messages. That's how I got in touch with Blame and Creepy and all them. So what I didn't know to do was make a fucking make a server. I didn't know how to do that at the time, because Discord, when you look at it, when you look at it for the first time, it looks fucking like, it looks really fucking like bizarre. Like, what the fuck is this compared to Skype? I mean, we're talking Skype. That's where I used to talk to a lot of people on Skype, but they all moved to Discord. I don't use Skype anymore, man. I mean, isn't Skype like dead now? Dead in the water. So, yeah, it's dead in the water now. Holy, holy, holy. Skype was one of the things I talked to Grade on. I haven't spoke to Grade in like, when was the last time I spoke to him? 4 years ago. I have not spoken to that man in like ages. Hang on a minute. I haven't spoke to him in ages, man. Skype is ancient history now. Yeah, fucking too right it is. Yeah. Skype is just long gone. Long gone. Discord. I definitely prefer Discord over Skype. There's connections you can make on Discord. Servers you can make on Discord. Discord's the bomb. Discord is peak online chat, period. I love Discord. I've met so many cool people because of Discord. Skype was just like a fraction of that. So yeah, it just, what's weird about grief is I used to do this when my dad was around. The stream and all that stuff, knowing that he was like somewhere in the house, and now he's not, which is weird. So I'll speak more on about that like in the next stream if you want. But remember, if you're in the Discord, do just send your suggestions of what I should talk about on the stream so I come more prepared. And this is what this stream is all about. So I guess I'll end this stream with just repeating myself one last time with what's going to happen. So once a week, put your suggestions in Discord and we'll escalate it from there. Whatever it is. And then I'll turn it into a stream and we'll make something of it. Because I need something to like work off of, you know what I mean? So, anyway, you will find the Discord in the description. Easy, you can't miss it. But I'm telling you now, if it's fucking Locale Live or Boogie or Keemstar, you see that? Hang on. You see here, right here, I am putting a donation thing there. I am. I've got to get some fucking thing out of my pain and suffering watching that gigolo fucking spaz out. You know what I mean? It's like it's like watching Locale Live has got to be like the new Clockwork Orange torture method. You see that movie in A Clockwork Orange in the 70s where like they're dropping like water in his eye in his eyelids and he's making them watch like all kinds of horrible shit and he's like, stop it, please, I beg you. That would be me watching Boogie or Locale Live in general. So that's, yeah. Good night, John. God bless. We're gonna wrap up the stream anyway. So yeah, good night. God bless, man. Yeah. Anyway, for the next 3 minutes, that's it really. That's streaming going forward, really. And I'm glad that a lot of you've turned up. And one more thing. The next stream will be, I'll put it in the chat or me community tab, but the next fucking stream will be on Saturday, but this time we'll move it to 7 o'clock since more people since the numbers seem to spike more in the evening. So we'll play it like that. We'll play it like that. So it's been a good warm-up stream. It's good to be back. And and I'm not gonna try and get fucking pissed on the streams or anything like that or drunk. I'm gonna be sober on there because I don't trust myself drinking. I don't trust myself drinking on the stream. I don't. Lag. What is there lag? I don't see any lag on my end. Well, anyway, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. So, if there's anything else you want to say, now's the time. We've only got like a minute or two before I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm getting a bit tired now, I want to enjoy the rest of my evening. It's been great having you all on here. It's good to be back. Feels like how things used to be, really, and hopefully more. But yeah, it's been a blast. Oh yeah, cool. So yeah, but so yeah. Anyway, anyway, good night. Wish you all well. And if anyone if anyone's missed this live stream, I'll just put it in the. I'll just talk about what I said in the community chat, and we'll take it from there. I just wanted to like warm up and do this stream. All right. Have a good one. When are you chatting on Discord? Probably not tonight. I'm not really in the mood. I'm tired, to be honest. But if you want to shoot us like something in the in the general chat, and I'll have a look at it and see what you've got to say. I always check out the general chat. The easiest, listen, anyone that's watching right now, if you want to reach me, the easiest place to reach me is Discord, not Instagram, not Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter in ages, or Insta. It will definitely be Discord, without a doubt. So if you want to reach me, the easiest place to reach me is the Discord server. That's the best way you're going to reach me. Anyway, it's been a good night. God bless. Hope you all have a good one. Peace.